Coming up on the Elon Phoenix Weekly.
We head to Elon's center court to serve up the playing career of men's tennis coach Michael Leonard.
Plus, meet the mayor of Elon and learn about his extraordinary link to Elon's national championships in football.
All that and more next on the Elon Phoenix Weekly. Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Elon Phoenix Weekly. I'm Derek Scully.
And I'm Scarlett Fakar. Thanks for joining us on your ESPN2 local sports break. Each week we bring a wide variety of coverage in and around Elon athletics. This week, for our first story, we head over to Latham Park, home of the Elon Phoenix baseball team.
Chase Jones is the nephew of former Elon baseball skipper Rick Jones and founder of Baseballed, an event to raise money for the St. Baldrick's Foundation to help fund critical childhood cancer research. We had a chance to sit down with Chase to learn more about this event.
In 2010, the UNC baseball team and I, we wanted to do something more than just play baseball that spring. We wanted to give back, and I kind of approached our team and told them, hey, if we shave our heads, people will actually donate. And so we got this crazy idea that after a game, we were just gonna throw together, put some barbers together and shave our heads. And as it turned out, people loved seeing us have bad haircuts, and they would be willing to give a lot of money behind it. And so from that little idea and that little day that we raised the $4,000 came this byproduct of the whole community rallying around this idea that baseball players could make an impact in childhood cancer. After the UNC event was over, I didn't want baseball to end because I loved the whole idea of it, and I kind of approached the St. Baldrick's Foundation knowing that they centered around head shaving events and they wanted to give back to childhood cancer research. I did some more looking into it, and I found out that both my doctors that treated me, they were both funded by the St. Baldrick's Foundation. So naturally, I wanted to do everything I could to give back to ensure that the next child would have a similar experience. And I just pitched them this idea that the baseball world will shave heads and people will give money towards it, and this will make a tremendous impact. I grew up going to Elon baseball camp. My uncle, Rick Jones, used to be the head coach here, coached Coach Kennedy, and so my first taste of baseball was literally here on campus at Elon University at the overnight baseball camps. And so I always grew up a Phoenix fan. I had the opportunity to play underneath Coach Kennedy a couple summers ago. Coach Kennedy was one of the greatest coaches I've ever got to work with, and naturally one of my first people that I ever reached out to that, hey, we've got this idea, would you embrace it? And naturally Coach Kennedy, being the greatest guy that he is, was the biggest advocate right here in Burlington, and shows throughout the community that this university, Burlington, the community, will make an impact. I definitely think Coach Kennedy has a great head of hair that he's very proud of, so we should be able to auction it off for thousands of dollars, because I want to see that gone.
Be sure to come out and support both the Elon baseball team and the Baseballed Foundation today versus UNC Greensboro at Latham Park. The game will start at 1:30 this afternoon.
Men's tennis coach Michael Leonard has bled maroon and gold throughout his life. A two-time All-American and 1991 graduate of Elon, Leonard eventually returned in 2005 to coach the team and help continue the winning tradition of tennis at Elon.
Elon men's tennis head coach Michael Leonard has been around tennis his entire life, starting at an early age.
I was probably 5 or 6 years old. Played in a small town in Laurinburg, North Carolina on the back of a wall. and just got into it for a long time, and had a lot of success when I was real young, and then got burnt out and started playing a lot of other sports, and was fortunate enough to get back into it right before I came here to Elon. I love the school. To be honest with you, when I came here, I just fell in love with the campus. It was a beautiful campus even back then. It was a little bit of a hidden gem. And then what happened with my tennis career, like I mentioned earlier, I had a lot of success when I was young. And then I got out of tennis. When you're getting recruited is a lot in your junior year. Well, I wasn't playing that much. I was playing high school, but I wasn't traveling playing the tournaments. So coaches really weren't looking at me. But I was very fortunate. If I'd have went to a big school, wouldn't be in college coach, wouldn't be in tennis, because I probably wouldn't have gotten that opportunity. And Elon was a perfect fit because we're very competitive, but it wasn't like an ACC school. So it ended up working out. I think it worked out well for me.
One of Coach Leonard's fondest memories of his 4 years at Elon was as a member of the 1990 NAIA National Championship team.
Well, it was exciting. I mean, it's a moment I still can remember vividly. I can remember us all jumping in the pool and throwing our coach in there at Kansas City. But it was just a great moment. It was a great feeling. Our old athletic director, Alan White, was there. Obviously, my mentor, my coach, was there. And it was just a special moment for all of us to enjoy and all come together at a special time.
After a Hall of Fame career at Elon as a player, Coach Leonard decided to try his hand at the Pro Tour, an experience that he gained a lot from when he eventually became a coach.
I mean, being a pro was exciting. It's a grind. I mean, I wasn't like some prodigy that was going to go out there and be the next Federer and Nadal. I traveled all over the world. It made me a better coach. I learned a lot about the game. I learned how the game's played at the highest level. I think from a player standpoint, it was a great experience, but from a coaching standpoint, it was even more important because I learned so much about the mental part of the game, the little things to prepare yourself to be successful.
Coaching became a passion for him, but it was not a career that Coach Leonard anticipated having.
I don't know if I thought college coaching was the path right away because I wasn't leaning in on that. I went to a club, and I was a director of a large racket club for 10 years. I coached a lot of juniors that went off and played college tennis. So I was on the other end of it. I was helping juniors go play college tennis. When this opportunity came, the more and more I thought about it, the more I thought about, man, you know what, my dream really is to coach college tennis. I don't know if it came right away, but the more I was working with the juniors, the more I kept thinking, college coaching seems like something that would be a passion of mine. And I was blessed to get this opportunity here.
His career started with a rough season in 2005, but it is the only blemish on an otherwise impressive resume.
I walked into the team meeting, we had 4 or 5 players. Well, normally you have 10 on a team. So we had tryouts to fill a team. So we knew we were going to struggle, and that was okay. And we had a couple guys from that team that were going to be back next year, and a couple guys that were going to be seniors and moving on. So we were going to bring in a whole new group of players. And that's what we did. And we were fortunate enough to bring in the right kind of players, the right kind of kids, and we were able to turn around. We were ready the following year. 2007 was a special year because we really did think we were the best team, and we showed it in the conference in the regular season. But we needed that 2006, almost that loss in the tournament, getting beat pretty handily to motivate us for 2007, which I think was a building block for us for the rest of basically where we've been the rest of the last 4 or 5 years.
He and his team won the Southern Conference Tournament in 2007 and again in 2011. Winning a championship as a coach felt a little different than it did as a player.
I got to sit back and watch how much they enjoyed the moment that I enjoyed when I was playing. And our first time we won it in 2007, the tournament and the regular season, the thrill of actually being a part of that and winning, I saw that in my players when I was coaching. 2007 was a special team. We won the regular season tournament, didn't lose a match, and it went right through it pretty easily. And it was kind of fun to watch a team come together. Coach
Leonard has turned Elon's men's tennis program into a conference powerhouse, compiling an impressive 48-9 record in conference since 2006, and earning himself 3 Southern Conference Coach of the Year awards in that time.
Coach Leonard has had a tremendous impact on the success of the men's tennis team, especially as a coach. But the accomplishment of winning a national championship puts Leonard in a very elite class of Elon athletes. And that brings us to today's trivia.
How many national championships did Elon win during its time in the NAIA? The answer to that coming up later.
We've got to take a quick commercial break, but coming up, head baseball coach Mike Kennedy teaches us a little bit about America's pastime.
And later we chat with Elon Mayor Jerry Tolley.
As we go to break, take a look at upcoming baseball action. We'll be right back.
What is living the maroon life? It's more than just the hustle and the sweat. It's more than just the pain and the frustration. It's more than just the triumph and the glory. The maroon life is you. Yes, you. You, the athlete, striving to be at your best day in and day out. You, the alumni who have been in the stands supporting Elon for years. You, the fans who stream into games hours before kickoff. And you, the little ones who will be the next generation of Phoenix fans. You are what drives Elon Athletics, and you are the reason we do what we do. There is so much history and tradition behind our maroon. Conference titles, All-American, and national championships. But there is so much history and tradition yet to be made. So join us. Live the maroon life.
We'll be right back to the Elon Phoenix Weekly on ESPN2.
There are currently over 350 Elon student athletes competing in 16 NCAA Division I sports.
Scholarships enable us to succeed not only on the field,
but also in the classroom.
It helps us in achieving our commitment.
To live the maroon life.
Your gifts have the power to take Phoenix Athletics to even greater heights while giving student athletes an outstanding education.
Fans, be sure to live the maroon life and support Elon Athletics by ordering your football season tickets now. Log on to www.elonphoenix.com or call the ticket office at 336-278-6750 to reserve your seats now. And now back to the Elon Phoenix Weekly on ESPN2.
Welcome back to your ESPN2 local sports break.
The Elon Phoenix Weekly is made possible by the students of the School of Communications in association with the dedicated coaches, athletes, and staff of Elon Athletics.
This week, we welcome in a special guest, the sports editor of The Pendulum, Zach Horner, to talk about a rarity in college athletics, the two-sport athlete.
Tony Gonzalez, Todd Bowman, Chris Carter, Jackie Robinson, Scott Riddle. All of the aforementioned played multiple sports in college. You can add Allie Ford to that list. In October, Ford, an All-Southern Conference women's basketball player for the Phoenix, was shooting around in the gym with head coach Charlotte Smith. Ford had played softball in each of her 4 years at Freedom High School in Morganton, North Carolina. The Elon softball team was holding open tryouts, and Ford wanted to join the team. So she almost jokingly asked her coach if she could play softball. Smith replied, "Softball? Yeah, why not? Do what you want." Now, Ford is starting at second base for the Elon Phoenix softball team. Smith said of her players' efforts, "You only live once. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I wanted her to be able to experience that." This is nothing new for the junior. She's done this forever. See more of this story in the sports section of this week's edition of The Pendulum.
You can read more in the print version of The Pendulum or online at elonpendulum.com.
With the baseball season coming down the home stretch, we decided to learn a little bit more about Elon's tremendous defensive play this season. The Elon Phoenix Weekly's own Christian Bender went out onto the diamond to learn about one of the toughest plays in baseball, the throw to second.
In 2011, Major League catchers allowed runners to steal 72.2% of the time. What makes it so difficult to catch a runner stealing? Well, I'm here at Latham Park to find out. I'm here with Elon head baseball coach Mike Kennedy, and Coach, we're going to go through how you catch a runner stealing second base. So it starts with a pitcher, right?
Absolutely. The objective for the pitcher is just getting the ball to the plate quick. We want to control the running game. Several ways to do that. One is by his move to first base, trying to be quick, pick runners off, trying to slow him down. But once the ball is delivered to the plate, it's ideal that he's got to be quick. And our goal is 1-3 or better. We have stopwatches. You guys see coaches with them all the time. His objective is to have the ball to the plate in the catcher's mitt in 1.3 seconds.
So once he gets it to the catcher, if he's going to go to the, if he's going to check the runner first, is his first option always to go to first base and try to pick him off there, or just make the pitch?
No, it really just depends. You're trying to do things totally different than you always would. You don't want to give them the same look every time. So you may hold a ball a little bit longer. You might pick with a slow move the first time. You might pick with a quick move the second time. You're doing some things a little bit different each time so that the runner can't time you up. Objectively, though, is he's got to be quick. Once he goes to the plate, he's got to be quick out of the glove to the catcher. And we want to do that by shortening our stride. We don't want to be a high leg lift guy like we normally are with nobody on. We want to be a little bit quicker, what we call a knee-to-knee or a slide step. And that allows you to get the ball to the plate a little bit quicker.
So then the catcher gets the ball after the pitch. What does he have to do to get that ball to second base when he sees the runner going?
Yeah, his objective is to get it to second in 2.0 seconds or better. Ideally, if we can get that ball to second in 3.3 or 3.4, then we got a chance to throw a guy out, most good base runners. So his objective is to be short out of the glove, catch, exchange. His exchange has got to be good. Where catchers mess up is when they try to be quick, they stand up, they try to get a little bit long, and then the clock starts running a little bit longer on him. So the shorter he can stay down in his base and work from the ground up, then the better chance he's going to have to be successful. But he's got to exchange quick, he's got to do it in the center of his body, he's got to get the ball out of his hand.
All right, so now the ball's at second base. What is the second baseman's job to make sure he tags that runner out?
Well, he's got to straddle the bag. You know, that's what we teach here. We don't want to be too far in front where we catch it in front of us and have to reach back. We want to be right over the bag, catch it right over the bag. And his objective is to catch it and go down. Some guys will catch it, go up first and down. That's a no-no. That could be the difference in being out and being safe. So we want to get him out of the bag. We want him straddling the bag, catch it, boom, and a quick pop tag.
All right, so the runner's now at second base. How much of a difference does it make if it's a head first slide or a feet first slide?
You know, it's just preference for individual players. Most guys like to go in head first. They can avoid a tag a little bit better. They might show an arm, pull it back, reach with another arm. It's just personal preference. We teach both, and we don't have a preference.
And that's how you catch a runner trying to steal second base.
Once again, be sure to come out and support the baseball team this week, starting today with Elon's baseball event versus UNC Greensboro as the Phoenix wraps up the season in the next few weeks.
Now let's turn the pages back for this moment in Elon history.
For our look back at Elon's sports history, we visit 1957. The Fighting Christian football team went undefeated, but their unblemished campaign did not result in a league title. Flu outbreaks on two of their opponents' campuses canceled 2 league games, and thus they would end up 1 win shy of the required 5 conference wins to be considered conference champions. Led by Coach of the Year Sid Varney, fullback Bob Stauffenberg led the team in scoring and became the first Elon back to top the 2,000-yard mark for his career. In 1957, Stauffenberg was an honorable mention for the Associated Press Little All-American team. And that's today's look at Elon's sports history.
We've got to take our final commercial break, but coming up, we'll show you our interview with former head football coach Jerry Tolley and talk about his role at Elon since stepping away from the game.
As we go to break, check out the upcoming action for the Elon softball team. We'll be right back.
Through their daily pursuit of excellence, Elon student athletes have gained recognition for their achievements both on and off the field.
Building a winning tradition takes hard work and dedication.
Dedication to the Maroon life.
Where success is not only measured by just wins and trophies, but also by the knowledge we gain.
At Elon, we're more than just athletes.
We're student athletes.
Providing support enables success. Help sustain the winning tradition of Elon Athletics while securing the future of our student athletes for years to come.
They want really good news coverage and content of Elon University, then they need to make it a priority to look at their newspaper.
The ability to tell a story will forever be important, but the different platforms in which you tell that story will be always changing.
I've got to do things such as sit in the press box during a football game, send an email, say, hey, I want to write for this section, let me know what stories I can do. And then you pick up a story and you go from there.
We're the Pendulum, and we look forward to working with you.
You're watching the Elon Phoenix Weekly on ESPN2.
An Elon education is about preparing students for a life of global citizenship. Of course, this is a place where you're going to come and earn a degree, but it's also a place that's going to get you to think very deeply about how you're going to use that degree to make the world a better place.
And now back to the Elon Phoenix Weekly on ESPN2.
Welcome back to the Elon Phoenix Weekly on your ESPN2 local sports break.
Earlier in the show, we asked how many national championships did Elon win during its time in the NAIA? The answer, 4. The football team won back-to-back titles in 1980 and 81, the men's golf team in 1982, and the men's tennis team in 1990.
The man responsible for those back-to-back national football championships is Jerry Tolley. The head coach emeritus has done a lot for Elon since retiring from his coaching career. I got the chance to sit down with Elon's mayor to talk about everything from starting his playing career in high school to the numerous halls of fame he is now a part of. Jerry Tolley is one of the winningest coaches in Elon history. Having coached tennis, track, and football, Tolley is best known for his outstanding record as Elon's head football coach from 1977 to 1982. Tolley's first interaction with football came as a player in high school.
At Eden High School, which became John A. Holmes High School, had an excellent football program, and when I went out for football my freshman year, I rode my bicycle out there, expecting to be the manager of the team. And the coach says, you're not going to be the manager, you're going to be on the team.
At East Carolina University, Tolley excelled in both football and track before graduating with a degree in physical education and beginning his coaching career.
I went to Fayetteville Senior High for 1 year. As I told you before, we played single wing at East Carolina, and the coach at Fayetteville Senior High was Red Wilson, who ended up coming here. And he wanted somebody that understood the single wing. So I went down there with him and stayed with him 6 months. And he got the head job at Elon. Why he brought me, I don't know, but he's one of those coaches who really understands loyalty, and once you're with him, you're always with him. So he invited me to come up here with him, and that was in February 1967.
At Elon, Wilson and Tolley found a football team that was in desperate need of help.
Elon had only won 2 football games the previous 2 years. Finished on the bottom of the league. I think they won 2 games 1 year, 1 game 1 year, and I think one of those might have been by a forfeit or something. Didn't have much money at all. We played at Burlington Memorial Stadium. Didn't have an on-campus facility. Didn't have a dressing room. How Coach Wilson did it, I don't know. Had some pretty good players, believe it or not. because I think the first year we had a winning season, I think, and I think the 2 years later we were our first conference title.
Football's head coach Red Wilson retired in 1977 and passed on his title to Tolley.
I tell people when I took over for Red Wilson, and like I say, he was a legendary coach, I had a dream and a nightmare. The dream was that we might win a national title because we've been in the playoffs 3 times. The nightmare was that I wouldn't win a game.
Tolley's dream won out over his nightmare. As head coach, he led his team to 2 national titles, 3 district crowns, and 4 conference championships.
Elon, during my tenure, won over 80% of our games. And that's the highest winning percentage of any college football coach in the state of North Carolina. So I'm very proud of that. And of course, winning 4 conference titles in 5 years, and playing for 3 national titles and winning 2. And another part that I'm very proud personally, the whole time I was doing that, I was working on my doctorate degree over at UNCG.
Tolley left coaching at the pinnacle of his career. Never intending to coach for his entire life, Tolley finished his doctorate and met with Elon president Fred Young about his future at the university.
After we won the national title, probably about a week later, I met with Dr. Young and I said, you know, I'm going to give up coaching. He said, what do you want to do? I said, well, what would you like for me to do? He said, I'd like for you to go in fundraising.
Tolley worked in fundraising for the university until 1986, when he took a job at LabCorp. In 1999, Tolley returned to Elon as its major gifts officer. Today, Tolley is mayor of the town of Elon and director of the Elon Society.
When I came back to Elon in 1999, I was in charge of annual giving and the Elon Society. And the Elon Society is a group of people that are our most generous donors. And when we get ready to have a capital campaign, they're the first people that they look for. Those are our most generous donors. And we were able to build that. I think we probably almost tripled the number that was in there.
Since retiring from coaching, Tolley has also found great joy in research. He has published numerous articles and books on football techniques and on the history of Elon athletics.
That's been a big part of my life for the last 30 years, and will continue to be a big part of my life is writing. I really love to research, and they're real nice at the university. They give me a key to the archives room in the athletics department. It's almost a storage room, but at least nobody can bother you when you're in there.
Though he retired from coaching long ago, Tolley still remembers the recognition he has received for his work in athletics.
The first Hall of Fame I got inducted into was the Elon Sports Hall of Fame. So that was a highlight. And then a couple of years later, I got into East Carolina Sports Hall of Fame. And then I got into the NAIA Sports Hall of Fame, and the South Atlantic Conference Hall of Fame, and then the North Carolina Sports Hall of Fame. But all of them were very special.
Well, that's our show for today. If you missed anything or you want to watch it again, be sure to check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/Elon Phoenix Weekly.
Also be sure to visit elonphoenix.com, your #1 source for all the maroon and gold buzz.
On behalf of our producers and crew here at the show, we hope you continue to have a spectacular weekend.
And be sure to join us again next week for the Elon Phoenix Weekly. I'm Scarlett Fakar.
And I'm Derek Scully. Thanks for watching.